Hello everybody and welcome to another video by WiMo. My name is Eki Plicht, Delta Foxtrot 4 Oscar Radio, and today I'm gonna talk about the new Kenwood TM-D750. The TM-D750 is a dual band mobile radio. Mobile means it's not an all-mode radio, but it's FM and D-Star. It's a very rich feature set. For example, it has Wi-Fi capabilities, it has Bluetooth. It does APRS, it's the standard for APRS as the successor to the venerable TM-D710. It does dual band simultaneously, it has full duplex capability, so even FM satellites would be in reach with that radio. It does 50 watts maximum power, transmit power, has hundreds or thousands of memories for storing all frequencies and repeater lists and user lists and whatever. So it's a very, very richly featured and equipped radio with many, many functions. Some of them I will present to you, some of them are new. I will show those and go through the radio and itself. This will not be a full-blown review of the radio, this will be coming later. Please note that this radio is a pre-series radio, it is not in the final version. Many things may and can change and will change probably. So please take everything with some skepticism and look at the finalized product when it will be available. Many thanks to Kenwood Germany, Michael Bürg, for providing us this radio, and well, let's look at what's all about. So let's have a look at the main unit of the Kenwood. We have microphone connector, USB-C connector, slot for micro SD card, and the connection to the controller panel. And the view of the rear side, very good that Kenwood uses an N socket, the ventilator, DC connection. This is a socket for the GPS antenna, for an external GPS antenna. The panel comes with a built-in GPS antenna, but maybe you mount it on a place where you don't have good reception. You need an external antenna. Good that this option is there. And this is the data socket, the 6-pin data socket, which is known for 20 more years for external modems. Looking at the panel or the controller, we see two separate controls for volume and squelch for each band, so you can control those two bands separately. This is one common dial for both bands and works with the current selected band, and everything else is done with so-called soft keys, which are defined by the contents of the screen. So the screen shows what function the key has at this moment. Changes depending on the operation when you go into the menu and so on. And this is exactly how it was done with the predecessor, with the TM-D710 or 700, and well, very familiar look. What's very convenient and new is the front side speaker, and this will give a good audio, I think, right at the place where it needs to be. Okay, so let's turn it on and see what happens. Okay, the dual band VFO screen awaits us. All right, and this is how it looks in operation. I've now set up the top band or the A band for memory, which I've programmed, and this is the VFO display. You can see the figures are much larger than here because we don't need the space for the text, so you can choose whatever you like. You see the labels of the soft keys around the screen. And so these keys show or these labels show which function each key has at this moment. And it changes when I push on this F button or on this key button. And this is exactly how the predecessor operated as well. So somebody knowing the TM-D700 or 710 will feel at home right away and will be able to operate this radio very, very easily. And this is how the single band screen looks. In the top I have still the memory, and on the bottom I have the current date. I can choose what is displayed on the unused band. It can be the date, the GPS position, or completely off, so you can choose what you want to display there. A very nice new feature is the band scope or waterfall. You have this display which shows approximately a span of 1400 kilohertz or 1.4 megahertz. It shows where other signals are, and I can tune to those signals and monitor the activity around my current operating frequency very easily. Very convenient feature and good looking. Of course, the TM-D750 supports full duplex operation. I'll demonstrate this here with the crossband repeater in France in the Alsace region. I will transmit on this band on 433 on 70 centimeters and listen on 2 meters. Testing DF4R, Delta Fox 4 Oscar Romeo mit einem Test. So, while I transmit here, I can listen in on the other band at the same time. This works the other way around. And this is, of course, not only helpful, but is the basis for operation on crossband repeaters and on FM satellites. A complex radio like the TM-D750 requires configuration, of course, and this is done with this menu. And if you have ever played with the TM-D750 handheld radio from Kenwood, you will feel immediately at home, because this is exactly what it looks like there as well. The only difference being this item, this is on the handheld is the radio, the wide FM radio, and here it is the settings for Wi-Fi. Everything else is the same. This is basic settings of receiver and transmitter, memories, tone control, GPS, APRS, D-Star, Wi-Fi, memory, or the management of the SD card, and some more in-depth settings, detailed settings. The killer feature of those dual-band radios, of course, is APRS. And Kenwood has been and is the reference implementation of APRS as you know it. They have been supporting APRS for more than 25 years, and I think they offer the best and the most encompassing implementation of APRS you can ever find. I've activated the APRS setting here. It's on the upper channel or on the upper band. You can use any band you like. And whenever a new message comes in, and it's a new message, not every message, the display changes to the APRS contents of the message. You can turn it off so it's only displayed in the upper part of the screen. This is too disruptive, but this is the standard behavior like it was on the TM-D710 as well. Just that it is much better looking in a color screen and much more easy to read. Of course, there are functions like the list function. I can look at what I have received in the last minutes, choose an item, and go through the various entries and pages. This is very well done and well as we expected, and shows the detailed information of each packet which we received on APRS. Of course, you can use the radio as a modem only as well. I've now switched to KISS mode, and this allows me to control the radio as a modem via the USB interface or the Bluetooth interface. I've been asked to demonstrate the voice guidance system. This voice guidance system is designed by Kenwood to help unsighted users. I do not dare to judge if this is really helpful, but at least I think it's a step in the right direction. I have activated it now. This is visible, okay, by this voice label here on the power button. And when I press this one briefly,
A, memory, group 0, channel 1, FM 439.125, high S0.
Various data is announced, the frequency, the mode I am in, which group and memory channel I am in, high power, and the current S-meter level. So quite a mouthful, but for people with disabilities viewing this, it might be quite helpful. Kenwood offers a lot of options there. I can, no, this is not what I want. If I go into the menu, accessibility, I've set it now to manual, so the announcement is only happening when I push this button, like here.
Menu 922, voice guidance.
And then I can switch to auto.
922, voice guidance.
And this simply makes this happen automatically.
Voice guidance, volume.
I can still push this button to repeat the last message.
923, voice guidance, volume.
This is what voice guidance does.
9. Menu. 9. Configuration. 9. 9. 2. 3. 9. Auto.
Another thing Kenwood has done for years is giving audible feedback on the steps you go through. Whenever I'm in the default or the first position of a menu, I get a beep. So at least I have an audible signal as well, which tells me roughly at which point of the menu I am. And having these numbers also is very helpful. If you give support to somebody else, you can tell them, look at point menu item 1, 2, 3 and change this and that setting. Of course, the TM-D750 supports every feature and every function of D-Star. I have now set it to D-Star mode, the local repeater here. I've just set it up for local QSOs right now. When I would be using the network, I can use repeater monitoring, so I can watch the remote repeaters and check if there's any traffic on the destination repeater. What is very convenient is that the radio does, if it is connected to Wi-Fi, I have to say, it does connect to a central server and updates the repeater base automatically if you want to, and it's a very convenient feature. All in all, I find the support for D-Star well done. I find my way around quite easily and can do all the settings required for this rather complex mode. But it's helpful and useful done in the Kenwood radio. Okay, so what's my verdict? I've been a fan of Kenwood mobile radios all my life, mainly due to APRS. I'm a big fan of APRS and I've been using the TM-D700, TM-D710 and for many years, sometimes even in multiple cars at the same time. I love those radios. They are the reference implementation of APRS, and that's what I love about them. This radio is no different. It will be the top and the best implementation of APRS, and it is the top radio with every feature you can ask for in the mobile rig. That leads to a little bit higher price. I will talk about that later on, but okay. Before I posted or before I created this video, I asked on Mastodon, on social media, what questions users might have, and I will try to answer them now. Voice guidance system for unsighted users. I have shown it in the video. In my opinion, Kenwood is one of the only, or maybe the only manufacturer who really gives an effort to help unsighted users and to support the voice guidance system. It's well done, it's well thought out. If it is really helpful for somebody who has no vision, I cannot say. I don't know. I cannot judge. I think it's an effort. It's okay. It's helpful. If it's perfect, certainly not. But okay, that's how it is. Nightlight, yeah, the auto illumination is available, not from the car, so I cannot have an input from the car. But okay. Microphone on the controller unit. Well, yeah, okay. That has been asked several times. You cannot connect the microphone to the controller, but only to the main body, the RF deck. And if you think about it, I think it's a better solution. When I look back at every installation, every car I have had over the last 20, 30 years, I have had the microphone routed separately from where my controller was. Looking at my today's installation, when the microphone would be connected to the controller, I would rip out the ashtray, because that's where the controller is mounted. I would pull out the ashtray every time I pull on the cable of the microphone. No go, no good. So today it's mounted beside the seat, and I have the microphone in the center console and can grab it, and it's much easier. We want to have hands-free systems, of course. We need hands-free systems, but that's another issue. So no microphone on the controller unit, and I think it's a good decision. It's okay. Multi-DV mode, so the capability of not doing only D-Star, but also DMR and C4FM or whatever. Well, I have to support Kenwood here. I understand that the manufacturer is focusing on one thing only, and in amateur radio, Kenwood has decided to support D-Star, and okay, that's okay. I don't think that we will ever see one of the larger manufacturers supporting multiple DV modes. There's one scanner manufacturer which supports the scanner, but no radio. Bluetooth, the whole Bluetooth topic. I've tested many things over the last days. KISS over BT, yes, it's possible, so I can use it as a wireless modem for packet radio. CAT via Bluetooth, it's possible, yes, of course. Bluetooth in the car, well, that's an issue, I'm afraid. I tested it, I've tried to connect it, I can pair it, so it shows up in the display of my Volkswagen. And it shows up as a phone even, and it says itself it's a phone, but I cannot make it work. I do not get the audio replayed from my car stereo, and I have no way to push the PTT. I have not been able to get it to work. Maybe this is because this is a pre-series radio and things will change. Yeah, that's about it. The last or the most often asked question is price and availability. The availability, to get that first, will be in September 2026. I think that is realistic and we will get enough radios to fulfill all the pre-orders. The price. Kenwood has decided to put every feature into that radio. Understandably, it's their flagship radio. It's the top-notch radio in the mobile area at all. And this will lead to a price well above 1,000 euro. Yes, that's a lot. I myself, as a retired engineer, I have to look where I get my money from, and okay, I will have to think. As I said, I've been using those radios all my life, but this makes me a little bit hesitant. It's a lot of money. I understand it, and everything has become more expensive. Yes, now, and the industry, the IT industry, is in crazy turmoil. Memory has become crazily expensive, and there's some memory in there. So yes, it has become more expensive to manufacture those radios. Nevertheless, looking at the market in a total, price well above 1,000 euro is something really to make me think about, and well, that's what I will do in the next days, and maybe Christmas will bring such a radio for me. Let's wait and see. That's about it. I hope I answered all questions. If you liked the video, please leave us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I will try to answer them as good as I can. I thank you for watching the video. Wish you all the best and see you next time. Bye bye.